Right guys, here it is, the wait is over. Episode 8, Season 2 of FIFA 20 is going to see us have an absolutely bonkers team with the likes of Zlatan Ibrahimovic joining Fabio Quagliarella up front and a whole host of other fantastic players that are going to make this career mode save perhaps one of the best that I've done so far. Right guys, here we are, first game of the pre-season tournament against Newcastle, and it's a 1-0 victory with Lavezzi coming on off the bench. However, Hull did miss a penalty just after half time, so there could have been another goal there. But yeah, good way to get things kicked off. Okay guys, so just so you're aware of what I'm doing in terms of the scout network here, I've sent main scouts here out to Italy for NE. And I've also used the live editor to make a change here for this secondary coach, Antonio Esposito. He's headed out to San Marino. That's a country that isn't normally available for scouting, and it's something that obviously you can make a change of with the live editor. Okay, so for this second match of the pre-season tournament, I've just shook things up a little bit for the fatigue side of things, so I did make a couple of changes. It did end up in a 0-0 draw though, as obviously we couldn't get it over the line against Sporting Lisbon. Okay, so the last game here in the league stage of the European Shield is against Werder Bremen. They haven't actually got any points on the board so far, and it hasn't changed. We've beaten them 3-1 here. Colli, De Rossi and Quagliarella all getting themselves on the score sheet, and Hulk missing the penalty yet again. I think it's time to get him off penalties. Okay, so the semi-final here against Wolfsburg, and it's a 2-2 draw. Wolfsburg beat us 4-3 on penalties though. I bet you Hulk missed one of those. So we've gone out early doors in the pre-season tournament. Not too much of an issue, to be perfectly honest. It did mean that we could have some changes made to the squad and try a few things out. I'm now looking forward to getting into our first match of the season. Okay, so we've got a couple of transfer offers in here. The first one for Nicola Maru, which unfortunately we're going to have to reject at this point because we need him as cover for the injured Alexandro. And then we've got another offer in here for Karol Linetti, worth 24 million according to his evaluation. They've offered us 26.2, which isn't too bad, but his market value tells me that he should be worth between 28.1 and 56.2 million. So I think we're going to just try a delegation here and see if we can get some more money on the board. Okay, so the next offer in is for Leonardo Capezzi. His valuation is 7 million euros. We've been offered 6.3 million, so we are going to delegate and try and get a little bit more out of this deal. Okay, so now we have an offer in for Duvan Zapata. We've been offered £27.1 million for him from FC Köln. His valuation is 24.5. We are going to push for a little bit more, just to see if we can get some more money in the tank. Okay, so we've got an agreement on Linetti's transfer fee. It's 34.2 million euros. I'm more than happy to accept that, put that in the bank, and let's see what kind of players we can bring in the next transfer window once this squad has settled down a little bit. Okay, so now we've got an offer in here for Gaston Ramirez of 10 million. His current valuation is 11 million. I'm going to push for a little bit more money. Okay, so we've got another deal on the board here. Duvan Zapata is off to Köln. We're accepting 27.1 million euros for him. Okay, so we've got no real movement on the Gaston Ramirez front. It's still 10 million euros the offer. We're going to accept it and try to bank that money and see Gaston move on. Okay, so we've pushed Watford a little bit harder on the deal. We've now got 7.7 million euros coming in for Leonardo Capezzi, and we're going to accept that. Next up, we are getting an offer in here for Ronaldo Vieira. 10.8 million euros for the player, and again we will negotiate. Okay, so the deal is broken down between Linetti and Atletico Madrid. Couldn't meet terms, so the deal is currently off. Okay, so Standard Liège aren't budging on the offer here for Vieira, so we'll just go ahead and accept. Okay, so we've got an offer in here for Bosch, our right back, of 7.8 million euros. His valuation is 7 million, so we are going to try for a little bit more. And just a bit of housekeeping here, Zapata has been sold, and so has Capezzi. Okay, so next up out the door is Gaston Ramirez. We managed to get 10 million euros for him, 7.5 million of which we will see. Moroni has been loaned out on a short loan. and Caprari has also gone out on a short loan. Okay, so there's been no movement on this deal. I'm going to accept the money though, and we will try to use that money better served further down the season. Right guys, here we are, first game of the season. It's a home game against Lazio, and as you might notice, we're doing things a little bit differently as from now on in this series, because we're going to play most of the games this season to try to qualify for Europe, and we won't play against the smaller teams. We'll still sim those, but we are going to play against a lot of the bigger teams. Good save there by Buffon, as we had a bit of a collision of defenders there that kind of opened up a huge amount of space. Love that ref. Ibrahimovic here from 34 yards. You know what's coming. Straight into the keeper's arms. Got a Buffon there to collect that ball. It's terrible, terrible play. And it's led to the goal. Immobile there with the goal. It's a suicide ball. Nobody at anywhere near it. Defenders dragged away. Chiellini tries to get across to block it off, but it's well past him at that point, and Buffon can't get his fist to it either. He is part of the change for this season, because we're going to play against teams that we haven't played against, because, oh God, 2-0 down. We're going to play against teams that we haven't played against, because we're trying to make improvements to how we get on in the league positions. But if we carry on in this manner, then it might all be for naught. That is some terrible defending there for two defenders who have 87 and 88 overall, being able to be outdone there by the Lazio striker. Well in Matuidi. Come on, got to finish this, Quag. Yes! A nice finish there by Fabio, and that gets us back into this game at 2-1. Nice bit of play in the middle of the park by Matuidi, actually carrying the ball forward, that led to that goal. He is filtering the ball off. A nice 1-2 with Tevez. And Quagliarella doesn't miss opportunities like that. Nice and easy for him. Oh, come on! No! Back to kick-off goals like we had in FIFA 19. Is that Correa again? I think it's Correa again. Second of this game. Should have just cleared it. Instead we're trying to play out from the back. Got caught out with it. Ball's lobbed back in. And Buffon's left stranded there against Correa. 3-1. Collie down the line. Throw one into the box, Collie. Yes. Oh, come on, ref. That was never a free kick. That's it, guys. All over for this first game, and we have gone down 3-1, unfortunately, against Lazio. Hope that isn't a sign of things to come in terms of the season, but we can't win them all. I would just like to win the opening game. Right guys, big offer on the table here. Jakub Janto has got a valuation of 27 million euros, but we've been offered 45.3 million by AS Monaco. Yet he has a valuation in the market of somewhere between 51 and 102.9 million, which would be massive. So let's delegate, let's see if we can get some more money on the board. I don't want to scare them away too much, but I do also think that we could move Yankto on and replace him with somebody a little more suited to our style later in the season. Okay, so we've got a transfer offer on the table for Omar Colley. It's 20,100,000 euros with a valuation of 18.5. I'm still really needing that squad depth in that area of the field at the moment though, so I do think we're going to reject this one just on the basis that I need to keep a few players around to help bolster things going into this season. Okay guys, so in this second game of the episode we are up against AC Milan at the San Siro. Clearly we've got players in our squad that have played for Milan in the past, so this was a bit of a grudge match on their behalf. Let's see how we can get on against them. Oh yes, Quag's through. Oh, penalty ref. We'll take that. Paulista there pulling Quagliarella down, and we will get a penalty. Easy. But I'm pretty terrible at penalties, so let's hope that's changed. Right, Ibrahimovic stepping up to take this one. Oh, and it's saved. We managed to get one on target and it's saved. Ooh, nearly snuck under Chiellini. Nice play opening up. Into Quagliarella. Finds Tevez. Onto Ibra. Oh yes! Ibrahimovic with the finesse shot from distance. It was a certain opportunity and a certain goal. Lovely. That is a fabulous goal there from Ibrahimovic. Slotting it home. Look at where he started the ball out. Bends it round the keeper. 1-0. Nice play by Matuidi to stretch it. Ibra. Nice. One more. Yes. Omaru. Driving. Oh, it's unlucky there. Should have perhaps dragged it back, but wanted to take the first time shot. Tevez, Quag, one over the back to Murray, drive into the box, hit it. Oh, that's what you get for giving the ball to a defender in that situation. Ibra, nice turn. Oh, gets the shot away, but it's not good enough. Over the top. Oh, we caught out by an over the top ball. Defence pushed forward. And we caught out on the counter attack. 1-1. Got drawn towards it. And Chiellini can't get across. Now we have to chase the game again. Suso with the goal. Go on, Hawk. Go on, little chip. Oh, come on, somebody hit it. What the hell was going on there? And that is it. It's a 1-1 draw there against Milan. Not too bad a result, to be honest, this early on in the season against a team of Milan's calibre. But we do need to start pushing on and getting some better results as we move forward. Okay guys, so in this third game of the episode, we are at home at the Stadio Luigi Ferraris and we are facing off a former club of Fabio Quagliarella's in the form of Udinese. Ooh. Have it. Ibra. Get in. Lovely little dink shot there. What a lovely through ball to him in the first place, and he just draws the keeper out for this lovely dink shot. Yes, get there. Defender nearly got back, but it was a lovely weighted dink on that from Zlatan. Tevez. One more. Let's see. Oh, come on, pull the trigger earlier, man. Tevez, tenacious as ever, gets it out to Matuidi. Right. Nice. Nice. Oh, he's tried to do the same as Ibra, but he can't pull it off. This has been better. Much better. Tevez into Matuidi, who pulls the trigger. It's not quite there. Matuidi needs to get back. Okay, so I've just come out of that game and realised that the second half didn't actually record, so it wasn't a fantastic second half, and to be honest we were under pressure for most of it, but it was a 1-0 victory as we can see here on the calendar, and we push on towards transfer deadline day. Okay, so Lazio have shown an interest here in Ronaldo Vieira. 12.4 million euros, which is quite a substantial offer for the player, so we're just going to go ahead and accept this as we're so far into the transfer window. Okay, those talks broke down with Ronaldo Vieira on deadline day, so that transfer request did not go through. However, we have got an offer in here for Lanetti of 29.9 million from Valencia. It's a little adrift of what we were offered by Atletico. We are going to delegate and see if we can get a little bit more money on the table. Okay, so Valencia have stepped up their offer now to 39.8 million euros, which is substantially more than Atletico bid for him as well. So we're going to accept that offer. Okay guys, so that's where we're going to draw an end to this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, don't forget to hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel for more FIFA 20 content in the future. I think you'll agree we've started to get a handle on the players that we've bought in, and hopefully that will translate throughout the rest of this season as we try to push on for a European spot.